anyone who's been following my streams over the past couple of days knows that I am hard at work grinding the final Pantheon in Hollow Knight. I have committed myself to grinding past like the past last 15 or so bosses, like and beating the fifth and final Pantheon and establishing myself as like one of the 0.02% of people who can beat Hollow Knight, who have like done everything that is to be done in this game. Like I think there's a handful of other things I haven't done. I don't think I have like a full bestiary or something, but like the long and short of it is like Hollow Knight in general, I've almost like done everything you could possibly do in it, right? I am doing one of the hardest things there is to do in any game ever. I have heard people come out and say that, and honestly, like I don't think I disagree. Like I can't think of anything I've spent this much time on that I've grinded this much that I've struggled with nearly this amount of time in a game of my life. Like I think this might be one of the hardest things I've ever done in any game ever at this stage. I wonder like if after I master it, I might like get to the point where I kind of think it's easy. Like I think a lot of people do that for like a lot of this really hardcore stuff. But like for me, like right now, I kind of do think that like I can't think of anything that I've struggled with nearly as much as this. And my mindset going into this now is that like Hollow Knight is a really good game. A really well made indie game, great action, great boss fights, like intense action. Like this final gauntlet, this final challenge is daunting. It's ridiculous. Like I really don't think I would bother with it in like any other game, but like in Hollow Knight the game is so well crafted and so much fun that I end up like fighting the same bosses over and 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 over again, trying to beat them all, trying to get to the end, trying to prove myself like the top the gods of Hallownest and like establishing myself as like the greatest in gaming history, right? Like this is a legit accomplishment. This is something I'm getting excited about, like actually doing and actually bragging about to people. Like I don't know like how common it is for YouTubers to do this or whatever. Like I'm sure like a lot of like people in the Hollow Knight community have done it, but like the way it's looking now is that like this is gonna be like this is like a distinct minority of players. This is something that like hardly anybody has done, and I'm thrilled to actually be doing it, to actually like be attempting to get like the real ending in Hollow Knight, something the secret ending in Hollow Knight, something that like hardly anyone has even seen. Like getting all of like the pantheons is like a nightmare for the vast majority of the player base. So the fact that I'm going to do it is like an insane is an insane thought to me that like I'm proving myself better than the vast majority of the Hollow Knight fan base if I actually get through this and actually do it properly. I'm really excited. Like it's so much fun, like grinding this out and like learning new strats and coming up with new ideas of like what I want to do and like beating new bosses and overcoming new challenges. Like there's all this stuff that I want to do, what I want to accomplish, what I want to like what I get to experience. But like the long and short of it is that like this is a really interesting challenge. This is something that's like made for the hardest of hardcore, and that is something I'm very fired up about.